Oh. Okay. So he reminded us that we really need to do things very practically, which is what we always do, but very systematically also in terms of time. Okay. And this is very, very important. So that's what I'm going to kind of try and walk you through in terms of the intensive 2 days we've had. Kind of extract from it key areas of practical work that we can engage in together. I think, comrades, what's exciting, despite all the debates about big questions, about the world, about South Africa's political ecology, and of course, the crisis of our democracy, etc., is we have a consensus, a strong consensus. And the consensus is to build collective, mass-based, powerful climate justice charter. That's the consensus that anchors all of us. And it's strong, and it lives. It's the birthing of the life. That's the important thing. So, comrades, we need to deepen this now, practically. So, this is a framework which will evolve, and we're going to evolve it together. So, October 16th is World Food Day. And coming out of the cost of living crisis discussion and so on, it's important that we use October 16th very, very effectively. So what we're proposing is a hashtag Hunger South Africa from 13th to the 19th of October. CJCM, SAFC, the Right to Food, comrades. And we basically do this in a very decentralized way. So from the 13th to the 19th, crossing over with the 16th, we do different things in our communities. From our side as COPAC, we will put out some posters, circulate it, you can use it. We'll work on the social media front, so interview a lot of you. So Imran had some great ideas about getting activists to give short voice messages, visual messages. We create a buzz around the hunger crisis in South Africa. Okay, and then of course you create local platforms in the community. There's a lot of tools on the webpage around food sovereignty. There's materials from the Right to Food campaign, etc. Take that material, run workshops, discuss how you can address the food crisis in your community. How do you build food sovereignty pathways, my favorite word, pathways, as part of the deep, just transition, okay? And then let's also work out how we communicate all of this. So if it's a hashtag, we all start tweeting it, we start putting it on our web pages, we promote the poster, etc. We create a buzz. And we use this moment, comrades, again, to present the CJCM particularly, okay, and everything else, comrades. So that's the first idea. So this cost of living crisis, we hit it and we hit it hard. And we hit it directly, okay, wherever we are, all right? The second idea is, of course, the record of this dialogue, the documents, and the Climate Justice Charter itself. And I think what's envisaged, comrades, is that this dialogue has to be deepened. Again, there's a consensus here. We started a debate. We started a conversation about the big issues, how we fight the fight, how we fight to win. We've just started that conversation. So take this down, comrades, into your organizations, into your local spaces, and from October till the end of April, have these convenings, have these dialogues, and send us your responses. We'll use the CJCM newsletter to feature your responses, debates, etc. Let's have the conversation go beyond this group, okay? So we'd like to see a sharp eco-socialist response to the document. We'd like to see a children's movement response to the document, etc., etc. SAFC response to the document. Let's really create a buzz. I think this is the point. Because yes, these are ambitious strategies. This is a path that we want to walk on because the challenges are serious, but we cannot do it by ourselves. It can't be COPAC, it can't be a few of us, we've got to do it together. So we've got to build a consensus from below. We also got to have targeted engagements So there are many people that are not in this room, organizations, allies. I mean, we've got 266 organizations that endorse the Climate Justice Charter. We will now reach them. As the COPAC team, we will send them the documents and ask to meet with them to present on the climate science, the CJC, and our strategic perspectives, and to ask them to give us responses. So from now till early April next year, we'll be having conversation about where to go. November 11th, now the COP in Egypt starts on the 6th and it goes on for 2 weeks. There are no illusions that that will solve anything. There might be some gains for damages and loss and so on, but in the main, comrades, we're going to have to use the moment to shape the narrative in the country and internationally. So we'll convene on November 11th from 2 to 5 p.m. an online CJCM assembly. What are we going to do at this assembly? Well, the first thing is we're going to invite as many international allies as possible. We've done this before in the context of mobilizing against vaccine apartheid. We're going to reach La Via Campesina. We are going to reach Climate for Debt. We're going to reach the comrades championing the phase out fossil fuel treaty. The Amazonas movement translated the Climate Justice Charter, by the way. It's on their webpage. These are the indigenous people defending the Amazon. They are making a call for an earth assembly process, which we echo in our documents, which we support. We're going to be inviting them. We'll invite the global union federations, etc. We'll invite key activists and movements on the continent. The idea here, comrades, is that we launch our document around a new climate justice internationalism, and we get responses from these movements. And we constitute at this meeting this climate justice charter, climate justice assembly. Okay. And as we go down this road, we institutionalize it, we create a coordinating council, and we get moving. We start working on global struggles, foregrounding the need for a climate justice deal for Africa, earth democracy, and a just peace for the world. So we really start taking it up a notch. What we'll also do on that day is launch the other 3 documents also. So this package of documents will again use the kind of consultations we have until November. We'll revise the documents as public documents. So what we had now were drafts. We were debating and thinking together. This will be another iteration of the document, and we'll put it out in the public arena. We'll send it far and wide. We want you again. I mean, the documents won't change substantially, but there's some good ideas which we will definitely incorporate. But take it further to the ground, comrades. So then, essentially what we are doing is we are inviting society, we're inviting communities, we're inviting movements to really have a deep conversation with us. I think our analysis is correct, comrades. I think that it's clear that the global solutions are not coming, and we have to scale up the fight. It's clear that domestically we are behind the curve, and the crisis is worsening, and there's a crisis of leadership. I think it's clear that our democracy is in peril. Okay, and we need to build a movement. And so taking these analyses into conversations is important, but at the same time saying hope lies in the effective fight that we wage. Comrades, I don't have any hope outside a collective. I must be honest with you. I don't have any hope as an individual, but I do have hope sitting with you, being alongside you, and fighting the fight together with you. And if we are fighting this fight effectively with key strategies, there's even better hope for where we go. So the other big task for us is building the CJCM at grassroots. So starting from today till early April 2023, and I'll tell you why early April is important. We have about 6 months to really get a few things right. One, I said, is a strategic dialogue on the ground, amongst activists, partners, etc. The other is the people's planning tool. So this is the people's planning tool, please use it. Use it to convene community, convene your members, convene the public, and start talking about the climate crisis and how we can start embarking on just transition planning based on this document and the charter. But that also means, comrades, that as you convene these spaces, start setting up the structures. So start recruiting. So we've added in your little bag there this document, CJCM membership form. Start signing up people. If they can't get to the webpage for some reason, use this. Take a photograph and send it to Jane. And what she will do then is capture it. She will save that in a folder on her computer that, okay, in the Makwe, this is a folder for your membership that's coming in, and so on. But let's be systematic, let's be thorough about that. Online, encourage people to join online. It's important. It's there, it's a platform. Let's crank up the membership. The web page, comrades, is a space for us getting organized as well. So this organizing tool that we discussed, we will bring it into the back-end space. Jane is leading that process. We will do a revision of the document, but we'll bring it into the back-end space for activists to comment, add, subtract, etc. We will also bring into the back-end space the different policies we're working on. We're hoping by October, November, we have some draft policies on the water commons, on the rights of nature, natural climate solutions, zero waste, and simple living. We'll start bringing those policies into the back-end space of the webpage to have your input and so on. We will also we want to encourage all of you to start triggering the community building tab and app. So Natalia, it would be very nice if you get your students to set up their group. Ikora should set up their group. Okay, Pumzile, you should set up your group on the back end here, and whoever else. I mean, the idea is that use the platform to start getting organized. And so as new members come in, they can easily say, okay, there's a collective in this community, I'm close by, and it'll link you. That's the idea. And then, of course, there's the CJ deal work, which Awande is leading. And as soon as he's confident that he has a substantive draft, we'll bring that also to the back end for your input, for your comments, and then we'll take it from there. We also realize that there's some very creative ideas and there's talent amongst us around social media. So Imran, some of your ideas, etc., how we use clips, etc. So we want to constitute a social media team. So Awande leads our social media right now. So please, Imran, others, please volunteer to work with him. Whoever else, go to him, give him your name, and convene. And start thinking around the radio idea, the app idea, the video clip idea, whatever, TikTok idea. I'm not even all of that, but all of that stuff. Okay, so let's take it to the next level. And then, of course, let's constitute an organizing team as well. So Jane is our anchor for organizing. So please go to her as we disengage today and volunteer to be part of the organizing team. Okay. And together with her, you can fine-tune, you can work out how this process is unfolding, where we can strengthen, etc., etc. And then, of course, comrades, we want to have a CJCM national conference, first week of April 2023. That's the idea. Now, we are financially constrained, but we're going to do what we can to mobilize resources for this process. Okay, but the idea would be to bring your responses to the strategic perspective documents. We will also work towards a draft constitution for the CJCM, to table it, for comrades to engage with it, and so on. We will also bring to this conference a CJCM building strategy and a fundraising strategy and some of the policies. Hopefully we'll have many more policies done. Right? We want to translate all 14 alternatives in the charter into policies. So this will be another key moment for us to gather, to figure out together where we go, what we're building. But please, comrades, remember, whether we stand for election or not, we have to build. Because a powerful movement is going to accelerate and deepen the just transition in your communities, in your places, in your sectors, etc. We have to keep this momentum going. Earth Day in April, I think it's April 23rd, 22nd. We've got to use Earth Day next year also to create a buzz around assemblies, etc. And then, of course, October 16th is the 3rd anniversary. August 28th is the 3rd anniversary of the CJC, and we'll use this as well to do something. And then finally, October 16th, we can have a second CJCM national conference. So in brief, comrades, this is a skeletal framework. Funding permitting, we might have a few activist schools here and there. But beyond this, comrades, what's not here is how you're going to be building, what you're going to be doing. So that you have to fill out here. So comrades, in short, that's kind of what's come out of our deliberations as a way forward. I want to thank all of you, comrades, for making the time. It has been a trying time for all of us with COVID, but it's wonderful to see all of you, to be with all of you in person, and to enjoy you, and to hear you, and to engage with you. It's been wonderful, amazing. So thank you for coming. I want to thank the COPAC team, particularly Awande, Charles, Jane, Ferial, who also works with us regularly in various things, Shakira, and all the other volunteers. I forget all their names. Thank you. Give them a round of applause. I want to thank our funder, the Rosa Luxemburg Foundation, which enabled this to happen. And I think that's about it. Amandla, comrades.